All right, YouTube, 106 Falconer, back with another exciting episode of Man Cooking. We're going to make a Instant Pot cheesecake today. Never knew Instant Pot was a thing till we got one there a couple weeks ago, and now it's all, I see it all over the place. Apparently they've been around since 2009. I did make a cheesecake last week, turned out freaking awesome. So I'm going to make another one today. We're having Thanksgiving tomorrow with my mother, so I'm going to make a cheesecake, top it with blueberries. What I'm doing is it's a two different website recipes. The crust is from pressurecooking.com, and they call it New York cheesecake number 17. Apparently they tried 17 times to get this recipe the way they wanted it. I never knew New York cheesecake was even a thing. I live in New York, hate New York, freaking communist state, but whatever. So really easy. So we're going to do the crust first because it's going to be a blind bake crust, which I have no idea what that means other than we're going to get stuff put together, bake it in the oven at 325 for 15 minutes, the crust. And then we'll do the filling. Now, it says 10 graham crackers or 120 grams. Oh, man, my freaking sinuses. I'm using Great Value graham crackers. There's a total of 408 grams, 3 packs. There's 9 graham crackers per pack, so I'm adding a 10th graham cracker, which this equals out to about 152 grams, which I don't care because I like the graham. That's my favorite part of a cheesecake is the graham cracker. So I'm going to take 5 at a time, crush them up in a bag here. Then we're going to add some salt, melt some non-salted butter, flour, and bake it. So we'll get that. Now, last time I did it, I did 4 teaspoons of non-salted butter. The wife there thought it needed a little bit more. So this time I'm going to do 5 teaspoons of non-salted butter. So if any of you have never ground up graham crackers in a plastic bag, you just take a plastic bag, put your graham crackers in there, and smush them up with a freaking roller thing. I mean, it's not rocket science. All right, so I'm back. I got the 10 graham crackers, about 151 grams, whatever, who gives a crap, smushed up with the rolling pin. Now what I'm going to do is add a tablespoon of brown sugar. I have light brown sugar. That's what I used last time. Worked out good. I mean, it says 2 teaspoons to 1.5 tablespoons, depending on how sweet you like it. So I just do 1 quarter cup of flour, all-purpose flour. The freaking thing is really easy to make. Last time I did it, I mean, that was the first time I ever baked, if you want to call it baking. Turned out freaking awesome. Sea salt. Now it says in there a pinch of sea salt. I had to Google a pinch. I had no idea what a pinch was. Apparently a pinch is between a 1/16 and an 1/8 of a teaspoon. But my measuring things only go to a quarter of a teaspoon. So that's what I did last time, and people really liked it. They liked the salt. So I'm going to do a quarter teaspoon of sea salt. There we go. Maybe it was a little heavy. Who cares? And I think that's it. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to melt 5 tablespoons of butter. All right, so the butter's melted. This stuff's all mixed together pretty good. It's got to all be mixed up anyways. Again, so I'm going to put it in there. All these recipes call for a 7-inch springform pan. I went to my local Walmart. They did not have any 7-inch. They had 8-inch springform pans, 9-inch, 10-inch, but no 7-inch. But then as I looked around, they had a little section for just Instant Pot crap. And Instant Pot has their springform pan, which this is about 7.5 inches, 3 inches deep. Now the New York Cheesecake 17, they say line it with parchment paper. The other that All Recipes website, they line theirs with tin foil. I did the parchment paper the last time, turned out great. I mean, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get the parchment paper in there. That's why I have these things in here to hold it as I'm getting ready, because you know it springs up. Then I use this to tamp down the graham crackers once I get it in there. So let's see if I can get this in there without this thing all falling apart here. I'm sure somebody is going to come up with some pre-cut things to line these. I'm not exactly sure why you have to line these, because it's supposed to be like non-stick. I don't know. I don't do this kind of stuff often. But now that you know how easy it is, I mean, it really is easy. It's cheap once you got the stuff. This Instant Pot springform pan here was $11.88 for the Instant Pot brand. There's that other brand Walmart sells. I can't remember what. Freaking some crap. I don't know. But you can get a 8, 9, and 10-inch springform pan for like $10. But I think they're only like 1.5 inches deep too. So this is a deeper thing here. So you get that in there, and then you just freaking tamper down. All Recipe site where I'm going to make the filling from, they say that that this is enough for 2 people with a couple slices left over. I'll tell you what, when you get this thing done, that's a freaking ass lot of cheesecake, man. I mean, it's if 2 people could eat that in one sitting with a couple of pieces left over, then they're eating too damn much. Oh, God. So we'll just tamp that down. Get her nice and tight. All right, so blam. There we have it. Make sure you can see it. It's tamped in there pretty good. I'm gonna fire the oven up to 325. I'm going to bake that for 15 minutes, and while that's happening, I'm gonna do the filling. All right, YouTube. So I'm back. The crust is in the oven at 325 for 15 minutes. I have my 2 things of cream cheese in the bowl. I nuked them for 1 minute. Now all this stuff here, the cream cheese, sour cream, eggs, are supposed to be at room temperature, because apparently if you put them in cold, it does something. I got no freaking idea. So I'm gonna mix this stuff up. So that's good enough. Now what we gotta do is, shit, gotta remember here. Okay. Okay, sugar. Gotta add sugar. 1/2 cup of sugar. Let's see, is this half cup? Yeah, half cup. There, that's good. Now we're gonna. This is from mybakingaddiction.com. This recipe. All right, so the eggs, or the sugar, add sugar, eggs one at a time. Now here's the thing with the eggs too. They call, both recipes call for 2 large eggs. Well, last time I made it, all I had was extra large eggs, so I used 2 extra large eggs. Came out freaking awesome. Unfortunately now, all I have is jumbo eggs, so I'm going to use 2 jumbo eggs. You're supposed to mix up, incorporate each egg before you put the other in. Two jumbo eggs. That's what we're getting. Gotta put that in. Then I gotta add all right, bam. Now we gotta do incorporate, blah blah blah. Scrape down the bowl, blah blah blah. Okay, flour. We need a tablespoon of flour. Tablespoon's a bigger one. Blam. Tablespoon of flour. Then we got to do heavy cream is a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Or not, no, well, yeah, but I'm using sour cream. I got myself all confused there for a minute. Oh, sour cream's kind of watery. Mix that up a little bit. All right. Oh, what came out of there? Something did. Good enough. 1/4 cup, a little bit more. Who cares? These, apparently these are just, you know, close enough numbers. Well, we'll see how it turns out. All right, so there's the sour cream. Now what else do I need? Okay. Heavy cream. Oh, vanilla. 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, which I have imitation vanilla. So, 2 teaspoons. 1, 2. Blammo. All right, and I think that's it. Yep. All right, so I think we're good there. Take these things out so I have less cleanup to do. All right, what are we looking at here? Got 3 more minutes for that crust. This is mixed up, watery batter. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, YouTube. So the freaking thing at the bottom there, whatever you call it, the crust. It's out of the oven now. Smells freaking awesome. Now we'll add the filler in there. Then we're going to put a cup and a half of water in here in the Instant Pot. Now the New York cheesecake number 17 recipe said to tap this freaking thing, spring, whatever the hell it's called, and then pop the air bubbles out, which I did last time, but it's like you spend all freaking day popping air bubbles. So I'm just going to tap it a few times. And I'll run water in there in a minute. All right, so we're good there. So now what we're going to do is, I should have picked some of this crap up. Whatever. I made a sling out of tin foil to set it in and out. This thing here, whatever they call it, just leave that folded up in there. I'm going to add water in there now. 1.5 cups of water, which I should have had that ready, but I didn't. Now the New York cheesecake number 17 recipe said you just put it in and pressure cook it on high pressure cook for 25 minutes. The one at mybaconaddiction.com said to put it in there, cover it with tin foil, and cook it for 35 minutes, which is what I did last time. But this time what I'm going to do, instead of trying to cover it with tin foil, I'm going to just try putting a plate on top of it, like so. I think this little plate will fit. Bam, fold that down. Put the top on, plug her in, And then cook her up for 35 minutes. I'm going to do pressure cook. 35, turn off, keep warm. And that's it, blam. We'll let her go. We'll see how she looks when she comes out. Then it's got to be refrigerated. Then we'll put the topping on. All right, we'll see you. So it cooked to 35 minutes, naturally aspirated. Don't know how long it took because I was on the phone and this and that. I mean, it's been sitting here for, I don't know, half an hour or so. So we shall take a look. Now, you're going to have water under there, of course, running all over the place. Let me get a plate out. Let's see if this worked. Oof. Hot, hot, hot. All right, so it can you see that? I don't want to tilt it too much to the one side. But oh man, it freaking smells good. Holy cow. All right, so I'm gonna put it in the fridge, let it harden up. There are some air bubbles on the top, and I can see a little bit of graham cracker, but who cares? So I'm gonna put it in there, and then we'll look at it tomorrow after it's set up and been topped. All right, YouTube. So it's the next day. About 4 o'clock this morning, I put the blueberry topping on the cake. So let's open her up and see how it looks. I'll make sure I'm still in focus here. Here we go. Ooh, that's a good looking cheesecake. So there she be. Now what we'll do is we'll once I bring it over to the Thanksgiving dinner, we will see people's reactions. I gotta get the bottom out here. This parchment paper works really good. You don't have to put any no non-stick crap on there or anything. All right, that's it. She's looking good. So, all right, we'll see the reaction when people eat it. See how good it is. See ya.
That's like a half-inch thick crust on that sucker.
That's right, brother.
It's a manly crust.
Is that the camera that small?
Yeah.
Tastes like more.
There you
What
go.
does that mean?
I mean, it's really, really good.
Oh, that's incredible.
That's right.
Is it delicious?
Who was that little Amish lady that made it for you? What was her name?
Tell me how good it tastes.
All I know is the last name was Yoder.
Oh, very faint Yoder cheese flavor.
Is it an ale?
I think it was Yvonne Yoder.
Pumpkins.
Okay,
Eat. Look at. She's like, I see a cake there.
Would you like it?
You want some, Nora?
Of course she does.
All kinds.
Well, she's not gonna eat that. I can tell you that much. She just wants
want
some.
some of that.
She'll eat something. She thinks she does, but she'll just waste it.
Well,
Sea
let's see.
salt, the sea salt hint comes in right at the
Yeah, she'll eat.
right at
So
that.
you can taste it.
Oh yeah.
Bye. Just in time. I was outside.